Tomorrow's India is meeting Shubham Jaglan, a 13-year-old boy who is a world champion in golf, the luxurious sport ever. Belonging to a wrestling family, his interest in golf changed his life. His story is an inspirational story. He is an eye hero for us. We are also meeting Mr. Amit Luthra, the founder of Golf Foundation. Come, let's meet them and hear the story of Shubham.
So I was about 6 when I started golf. So it was completely out of the blue. I was supposed to be a wrestler as I come from a wrestler's family. And my grandfather didn't want any more wrestlers. And coincidentally around that time, golf was introduced in my village, which is Israna in the state of Haryana. And my grandfather just wanted me to try out the sport. And if it didn't work out, we could always fall back onto wrestling. So I tried it out, and the academy shut down in only 2 months because when people realized the expenses of the sport, they naturally ran away. And I was about to be part of the bandwagon, but the owner of the academy was an NRI. And in the last week, when the academy was about to shut down, he was there on a holiday, and one day he'd come to just see how it was working, and he saw me practicing. So he talked to my father saying that I see a lot of talent in him and I think he should continue playing golf. And that's really where the journey started. So I started playing a few events, and at one particular event they didn't let me play because I was too young. And that's when I met Mr. Amit Luthra and the Golf Foundation. And they've brought me from my village to Delhi, and now I have playing rights at the Delhi Golf Club. I get supreme education at Lakshman Public School. So, I really feel like I'm into an ecosystem which is very helpful, not only in helping me become a better person, but a better all-round, I can play better golf. I have a lot of confidence in myself, not only on the golf course, but off the golf course as well. And the journey's been a roller coaster ride.
Shubham has come a long way since the first time I met him. In fact, I met his father in the same room when he was just 5.5 years old. And he had a problem that time that the federation, which is the Indian Golf Union, had said that Shubham and people his age cannot play the game anymore, tournament golf, primarily because they were too young to play tournament golf, because they would be dragging their feet on the ground and spoiling the greens, and also the mothers would be feeding them with biscuits and giving them milk. So that's where the journey started. I got him to move from Israna to Delhi. Then he picked up a place near the golf club, got him admission in Delhi Golf Club to play, and for his father to caddy for him. Then through NDTV we got him admission in the Lakshman Public School. And as they say, rest is history. Now he's won 4 World Junior titles and 2 European Junior titles in his age category.
So initially, obviously, I didn't know anything about golf. So it was like learning Chinese. So I didn't obviously have any interest. But when I started out, I started enjoying the game. I liked being out in the open field and, practicing, greenery all around me. So that was what really, made me very passionate about the sport. But mostly it was the competition that really got me into golf. So when I started playing tournaments was, for me at least, when the real fun started. So I really enjoyed being in pressure situations, and then coming out of those situations and doing well was very self-satisfactory for me. And that's one of the major reasons why I play golf, is because the thrill and excitement that I get while being in those situations and coming out winning is a huge pleasure.
Right now we have close to 28 to 30 kids, and at one time we had gone up to 48. So we keep inducting new kids who are talented, juniors, and who are underprivileged or less privileged. And we keep churning them around, depending upon some turn professional, some fall by the wayside because they're not good enough. And we induct new kids, as per the talent which we unearth. I think the Golf Foundation, which helps them end to end, right from their monthly emoluments to mentoring to education to nutrition, fitness, um, coaching as far as golf is concerned, equipment, traveling, tournaments in India, abroad. So we make sure that the kid, grows up as a round personality rather than just golf centric. Because the whole idea is that if they are not educated, it's only going to last them that far, and they would feel inferior when they meet kids who are educated and who are well-to-do. So to get over that inferiority complex, it's very important that they're educated. So I'm ensuring Shubham and the other kids complete their education, if not till college, at least school level. College is even better, and they can do both together. If I could do CA as well as play golf for India for so many years, I'm sure they can do it as well.
Obviously, representing my country is a huge honor. Seeing all these great players before me, not only golfers but other sportsmen as well, representing our country and putting it on the world map and showing the world that we do have a lot of talent is fun. But what really keeps me going is, as I said, the will to win. And so whenever I have a tournament, is like, that's my favorite part about golf, is playing tournaments. I really want to win, and when I'm in those situations, I really enjoy myself. That's like, many people think that it's something that is put on me, It's like I have a lot of pressure at such a young age playing all these events. But I really cherish those moments, because that's really when, my inner self is satisfied. That's when I really enjoy the game, and that is what keeps me going.
It's a very good point you brought out, that I, me is very important. That's where the whole journey starts. Now, for the player, I, me, he has to get instill confidence in himself, especially in a sport like golf. If you're not confident, because you are with yourself for 5 hours a day for 4 days, so you sleep over the same thing. In between shots, you got a couple of minutes, you're walking, you're thinking about yourself. It's not like cricket where a ball is coming to you at different speeds, different bounces. Here you're at peace with yourself, you're walking on your own. You don't have a contact sport like boxing where you got to know the maneuvers of the opponent. So you are your own enemy or your own friend. So it's very important that you're at peace with yourself, because the only competitor is you, yourself, and the golf course. And the golf course normally you have played 1,000 times if it's your home course. So till the individual feels that I, me is important, it's not going to work. If he feels that he's not going to win, he's already lost the battle. So it's a question of self-belief. If you feel you can do it, half the battle is already won. So that's from the player's perspective. Then the other party which comes into helping is a mentor or an organization like the Golf Foundation. Now, without the money, without the mentoring, nothing can happen either. So you got to make sure that the right qualities are instilled in the player. You got to make sure that the full comfort is given to the player so that he can only concentrate on his golf and, of course, his health and other allied matters like education, etc. That is also important. Till all of this is given to the player, it's not going to happen. And I think financially, if you are not financially secure, which is the first basic need for a human being, you got to have roti, kapda, makan, like they say. So if you're not given the food or the place to stay or the clothes to wear, he is not going to go to the next level. So as a mentor or as a foundation, we have to ensure that the kids are comfortable with whatever environment they are there. Third would be the coach and the infrastructure. Now, without the coach, nothing is possible. So we have Nonita Lal for him, who is helping her out. And so coach teaches the person what to do. And of course, the infrastructure, in this case, Delhi Golf Club and the other clubs are helping him. Now, in the case of infrastructure, we have people like the equipment manufacturers who give him equipment. Then we have the courses like Delhi Golf Club. And here is where the government will play a big part. Now, if you want many Shubhams to come up, we've got to have that the infrastructure is strong. You got to have public courses, you got to have public driving ranges, you got to make sure the equipment is given without duty. Unfortunately, the PM has said that, Khelo, Bharat Khelo, and then the duty has just gone up in the finance bill recently. So we need to make sure those duties are removed so that at least the clubs, which are anyway so expensive, are available to the common man. It's a question of simple architecture. The wider the base, the taller the building. Now the base can be wide if you can have people playing from normal public. Now the people can only play if they have access to equipment and to golf courses and to coaching. Now none of that is really available because you only have one Lado Sarai Golf Club and one driving range in the Asiad village. So unfortunately that's where we are lacking to bring golf to the masses. Luckily for us, we have people who are less privileged or underprivileged like Shubham or Ashok Kumar or Rashid or Chikka, who we have helped out earlier, who have the stomach, the desire in the stomach to excel. You know, when they know there's nothing else to do, they have to, either it's kill or be killed. So they go for the kill. Whereas the kid of my, lineage would have other alternates of, education to fall back on, or wealth of the father, or distractions, girlfriends. Of course, Shubham also has a few of those, but yeah, we won't get into that. But, there are other distractions. So we have to try and make sure that, like a blinder for a horse, they go straight down and, first do their, the objective is to excel in whatever they're doing, in this case, golf. And after that, these things will follow by themselves.
Inspiration majorly comes from my inner self. I really don't think that anybody can compete with me. It's just my inner self. And while playing golf, it's against the golf course. And even in life, generally, it's you versus life instead of you versus that kid who's so good in studies or that kid who's so good at sports. So I really feel that everything lies within you. Many people seek happiness outside, many people seek adventures outside, but I really feel everything is within us. So all of my motivation is from within myself, and I feel like that's been a major part of my whatever little success that I've been able to achieve. But as I said, it's like a team thing. Even though golf is an individual sport, it requires a team effort. I might have talent, but I need financial backup. That's the first thing everybody thinks about. If you don't have financial backup, whenever you're playing a tournament, you have that extra pressure, knowing that you do have to perform well every time you step onto the golf course. But being with the Golf Foundation, they've helped me financially, but even more importantly, they've helped me build my confidence. And going all to these events and speaking publicly, and getting more exposure of different aspects of life has really helped me gain a lot of confidence, and that has reflected on my results on the golf course as well, because I know that I can do whatever I believe I can do. So having that self-confidence is very crucial at different points, especially under pressure. If you don't believe in yourself and if you don't really trust your instinct, it becomes very difficult to perform under pressure. So I think the support of the foundation and all the other allied sponsors has really helped me grow, not only as a golfer but as a person. I just really want to see sports grow in India, and by sports I don't mean cricket, which is how people perceive it to be. I really believe that there are many other people who have a lot of talent in other sports, except wrestling or hockey or kabaddi. There are a lot of sports like golf, for example. We have a lot of talent, but we need a vision, which all of us have, like the Golf Foundation. We have a vision of creating India's next superstar or a major champion, but then that vision is not enough. We need people to support us in that vision. I really believe that it's just not me who is the future of India. There are many other kids who also have the same skill, same talent as me, even more. But if we don't have the support from other people, not only financially but otherwise as well, to help in our vision, it becomes very difficult to achieve success. Again, as I said, golf is an individual sport, but you really need a team that supports you. for you to achieve success. And just, the Golf Foundation is truly like a vehicle. We're the passengers, they can take us there, but we need fuel. We need the support of other people who will help us reach our final destination. So I truly believe that we need a lot more support, not only from people but also from government areas. So if they can support us in our vision, it'll be that much more easier.
Tomorrow's India, I think, is very, very bright, with people like Shubham. Now, we've just got Shubhankar Sharma, who's our brand ambassador, who's also a defense officer's son. He is number 65th as we speak in the order of the world ranking. And being a brand ambassador is the right ethos of our foundation as well, which is to promote golf for the less and the underprivileged. I think the defense personnel, although there's a hike in the salaries, but they're still a little less privileged because, $1.5 lakh per month does not also go that far away, that far when you have 2 kids who are playing golf. Each week in India would be about 35,000 rupees if you're roughing it out. If you go abroad, probably a week of golf would be anything from lakh to lakh and a half. So they need that help, and I think Shubhankar Sharma is the right person who's our brand ambassador, who's pushing that. Then coming back to the point, we have people like Anirban Lahiri, we have Jeev Milkha Singh, and we have Ajitesh Sandhu. So a number of youngsters are coming up also who are really doing well and who are performing at the world level. Earlier we had a problem with our sportsmen where they used to shy away. So whenever there used to be a chance to win, they would kind of buckle under pressure and under the spotlight and not perform. Now the difference between a good player and a great player is a good player will play good golf, so will a great player, but a great player will play better when there's pressure on him. So when there's the spotlight, when he has to do it, he will do it. Whereas a good player will buckle and, he'll shy away from spotlight and try of winning because he gets nervous. So we have to see, do you put the cart before the horse or the horse before the cart? So it's a question of Shubham or other kids we are training to make sure that you go through the processes, you go through whatever you've been told. Don't look at ahead, be in the present. Like all our Mahabharata and Arjun would say that, be in the present. So to be in the present, you have to not think of the future, not of the past. If you spoil some holes, forget about it. Don't think of the speech you're going to give after half an hour if you are leading, but be in the present, be in the moment, be in the routine. So if you have a way of playing a shot, take the same amount of time. In fact, all the good players, they've timed the amount of seconds they take to hit a shot is the same every time. So if they take 23.5 seconds, they'll take 23.5 seconds to hit the same shot every time. So they are not rushing it, they're not delaying it, they're not getting taken in by the moment. Whether it's $1 million or $10,000 or $1, they're in the moment and performing as per that. So the whole ethos, in fact, if you go through the lineage of pressure, when our ancestors who were prehistoric, they used to only kill food or mammals for food. So there were two things, either kill or be killed. So it used to be either fight or flight. So whenever there was pressure, the blood would rush into the muscles. So that was either to fight, to kill the guy, or to flight. So similarly in golf or any other sport, whenever you're under pressure, your adrenaline is flowing, your heart is pumping, and the blood is going into your muscles. Now, if you do not channelize it, what will happen is your swing will get faster, it will get shorter, you'll start rushing things. So what you need to do is take 4 or 5 deep breaths, let your blood be channelized to your brain, let the brain do the thinking. So once the blood goes to the brain, you are calmed down, your breathing becomes a bit slower, and then you can do a rational assessment of the situation and hit the right shot, be in the present moment. So that is very important, that once we understand what the pressures are, what happens, and how to counter it. So it's not something which is new to us. Since time immemorial, we've been doing this fight or flight. So if we can use it to our advantage and then, hit the ball even further.
So as I said before, eye is a very important aspect in one's life, especially when, we're going through depression or we're not able to live up to our expectations. it all boils down to yourself and how much belief you have in yourself and how much you know yourself. So I is a very important aspect in not only achieving success but coming from, when you're depressed or when you're down on yourself. It's I, the word I, which helps you come out of that situation. Support of people comes afterwards, but at the base of it is I, when you look into yourself and you know that this is what I want to do. So the word I is very important, and always, as I said, everything lies within us. So we should not seek anything outside ourselves. So I am building India's future by, as I play golf, I want to put India on the world map, show people that India too has talent, and talent not only in cricket or hockey but in all other sports. And many other people are also paving the way for kids like me. Shubhankar Sharma and Anirban Lahiri, all these people have done so well that our self-belief is increasing, knowing that it's not impossible. 10 years back, we would look at the PGA Tour as something that we can't even think about. And now people are coming close to winning, and 10 years from now, you'll see me or kids like me playing there and winning. So that's what I want to do for India, change the mindset that people have that sports is only cricket or hockey or kabaddi. Sports is truly sports, and that includes all other sports, not only just a few selected sports that people really only think about. So I truly believe that there's a lot of talent. It's just changing the mindset of our country.
Tomorrow's India.
Let's start with I.